Hey guys, in this video I have the N1 Pocket FC Portable. GearBest sent this to me for review, and I'll have links to it in the description if you're interested. And as you can see, it's modeled after an original Game Boy Advance. Now the Game Boy Advance was my favorite Game Boy since I like the wide landscape layout of it. It's very comfortable to hold, and I prefer this over all the other Game Boy designs like the SP and the original Game Boy. This one, however, is slightly smaller than the original, but it captures the overall design elements very well. It has 400 built-in games with a 2.8-inch LCD, and like most of these portables, they are usually Nintendo NES games, and unfortunately it doesn't run Game Boy Advance, but it's still very cool to see a clone using this design. So it does come in several colors, blue, red, white, yellow, and black. So let's just do a really quick unboxing here. So this is the box that it comes with. It actually looks pretty decent. So if you want to give it as a gift, it's really nice that it does come in a box. And this one here is the yellow one, and there is the console itself. It does have like a little screen protector thing that you should remove. It does come with two cables, and the first one is a micro USB cable to charge the device, and this is a video out, RCA video out. And this is the battery. So the battery that they use is actually for the Game Boy Advance SP. So I find that rather amusing that they put an SP battery into this Game Boy Advance clone. So it's a 700 milliamp single cell 3.7 volt battery, which is also included. Since this clone is using a common type of battery, you can easily buy a replacement if this one gets damaged. So that is a nice plus. Also included are some manuals, which you'll probably never need for a device like this. So that's pretty much it for the contents. Now, if you were to buy this from other places like AliExpress, I think they just ship it to you without a box, and it just comes in like this foam bag and the two cables and the battery. But when I got it from GearBest, it was shipped in that box that you saw when I was unboxing it. So anyways, let's take a quick look at the device. I'm just going to put it side by side here with the original Game Boy Advance. So I have that in a Super Famicom shell. So this N1 Pocket Portable is a little bit smaller, but it still captures, like I said, the design elements really well of the original Game Boy Advance. Now it's time to actually demo the unit, so I'm going to turn it on, and it plays this really annoying music in the background. And the first thing you need to do is make sure you select English so that the menu items are written in English as opposed to Chinese, which is the very first option. So I'm going to quickly go through these games list, and if you want to see what games are there, just pause it. But it's not in any sort of alphabetical order, so it's going to be hard to find the game you want. But like most of these systems, they didn't really think a lot about the menu design or anything like that. As I go through the list, I'll try to pick out some of the more notable ones. And you'll see here they have Super Plumber, which is Super Mario. And Tetris 2 is the Tengen version of Tetris. And as we go through this list here, there are some games that aren't really well known, but some of them are renamed. The game selection is a little bit lackluster here because even though there's 400, there's a lot of fillers I find, and I would have much preferred it if they included maybe 100 of Nintendo games, maybe 100 of the best Nintendo games rather than filling them up with 300 other crappy games. But overall, there is a lot, but you're gonna have to sift through a lot of junk. So the game selection is definitely not the best when comparing to other portable consoles of this type. So we're almost through the 400 here. Like I said, just pause it if you want to take a closer look. So let's just try out a few games here. Let's try out Ninja Gaiden 2, and it was made in 1990 by Tecmo. Hit the start button and start again. And I haven't played this game for a very long time, but I remember it was pretty difficult. So just like the Game Boy Advance, the B and A buttons are in the right place. The top left button, it is Turbo A, which is for jumping, and then the top right button is Turbo B, which is for hitting. Now let's check out Mega Man 3. It doesn't have like Mega Man 2, which is probably my favorite Mega Man, but this will do. And let's just try out Needle Man here. So the screen isn't bad, but it seems like it's not refreshing as fast as some of the other LCD screens I've seen on these portable units. I don't know if the camera can pick it up, but there's like a little bit of a jitteriness. I don't know if you can see that, but overall, it's not bad considering how much you're paying for this. I think it's like $25 or $30. So it's decent, and if you like collecting these type of portable systems, it's actually pretty cool to add this to your collection. Next, let's try out Galaga. And this is a game where it works really well with having the auto fire or the turbo B button pressed down for you. So holding the right trigger really helps out in terms of not getting your fingers tired from pressing the shoot button too often. So overall, this is a pretty decent clone. I'd say this ranks up there with one of my favorites, the Retro FC, which was pretty good. But I think this one is nice in that it does have a better design. I prefer this over the Game Boy layout, the portrait Game Boy layout. If you feel the same, then this is a definite pickup for your collection. But the game selection is a little bit lacking, like I said, and there's probably better game selection in the Retro FC. Since most of these clones run some sort of NES on a chip, you really can't add your own ROMs and there's no way to save progress. If you want that capability, take a look at the RS97 or the X12, X16 portables. Those allow you to have save states and you can load other games via the micro SD card. Anyways, that's it for this review. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, leave a comment, like, share, or subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.